Hello and hello and welcome to the Secret Adventures of Black People. I'm your host, Nichole Hill. I made this 2-part bonus episode out of a phone call that I had with my dad and my teenage nephew, Kyler. My dad told us the story of the first time that he ever saw Roots as a kid. This was his first experience seeing state-sanctioned violence being committed against Black people on TV, and, even though it was fictionalized, it still affected him and the other Black kids around him. Today I'm sharing part 2 of this bonus episode. It's like a check for understanding between my dad and my nephew. It's important that young Black people know all kinds of things, really beautiful, powerful, uplifting things. But it's also important that they learn about some other things, too.
I think the George Floyd thing got a lot of people's attention, and a lot of good white people were marching, a lot of good, all different color minorities, sexual orientations. It's like everybody was outraged, and they were all out there. And I think for now, I think it's a shift. It's a shift in the culture, and I think it's, hopefully, things will change, but I've been alive long enough to kind of just be real skeptical of that. Yeah. You remember when we talked about Emmett Till?
Yeah.
And when I really explained that to you and, made you look it up and do a report and all of that stuff, how did you feel about the Emmett Till thing when you found out about that?
Yeah, I was really messed up too. Like, I guess my exact feelings at that point, because I was younger too, I was really shocked actually. Like, they really did all that just because a dude did a wolf whistle at some other guy's wife. Yeah, I guess I was just really shocked. The fact that they got away with that too.
So the George Floyd thing probably didn't affect you as much as the Emmett Till thing?
I mean...
And I guess the reason I asked you that is because I wonder about people of your generation being desensitized to a lot of this stuff where, when we saw Roots, we had never seen anything like that before. So it really messed us up, made us angry, made us want to fight, made us, really, really angry. And it's like, so you're growing up, like you were born pretty much with a cell phone. And so you're growing up at a time where you see stuff like that, and it's like, wow, that's messed up, and you keep it pushing. I'm just wondering, like, is that your, like, I know you understand that it was bad, but it didn't necessarily affect you, like it didn't affect your life, I guess.
I just know, like, bad stuff happens. That shouldn't have happened, and, people are protesting about it just because. But, yeah, I'm going to say, like, deeply.
But do you really understand why they're protesting?
I mean, so like that exact situation doesn't happen again, right?
Well, no, they're actually asking, it's like they're tired of it. It's like for so many years, we just accepted police brutality. We accepted racism, unfairness. And so we have a whole young generation of people that's your mom's age and younger that, we're my generation. We sort of accepted it and we played the game. Well, their generation, they're not accepting it. Like, they're fighting they're saying women should be treated equally. Like, they accepted a lot. We accepted a lot of stuff for a long time. And now women are standing up and they're coming forward and saying, no, this is wrong and this shouldn't happen to women. And now the police reform. Like, when they say change, that's what they're talking about. Like, we need to change this country. We need to change the rules. Policemen should be held accountable. We watched them beat Rodney King. That was another pivotal point. Like, you literally watch these guys on TV, all of these cops surrounding him, and he doesn't have a weapon. He's not fighting back, and they're just beating him mercilessly for no reason. And it's like they all got off. Like, they literally all got off. And it's hard when you got an all-white jury who just refuses to have any kind of compassion, to try to even understand. Like they'll say, yeah, well, there had to be a reason. And it's like these guys that are killing these guys, the jury, that's their sons, that's their nephews, that's their cousins. So, they're gonna, I guess, stick with their team. And I think in a way we want to protect you and shield you from a lot of this stuff. But at the same time, you're growing up and, you have to kind of know the world that you're going into. Because like when I asked you how it made you feel, you never said anything like, well, it made me fearful, like if I'm dealing with a cop, like that a cop would do that to me. Because when we were young, they told, like people told us, like they literally, all the adults would tell us like how to deal with cops. Like, and it wasn't, I think white people's parents tell them, oh, the cops are your friend. If you get in trouble, find a police officer. He'll help you. That's not what they tell us. And, you being a black male, it's like that will be going off to college soon and out into the world. And it's kind of important.
So, like, my mom did have that talk, too. Like, what exactly, like, step by step, what to do, like, when you get pulled over by a cop.
Yeah.
Like, how to handle that situation. So, yeah, like, I am, wary of, cops and whatnot.
But when she has a conversation with you, do you understand why she's having that conversation with you?
Yeah, I acknowledge I could die in that situation.
It's almost like they picked a couple safe stories to tell you. But, some of the conversations that you and I have, Kyler, when we're riding back to Ohio or when we're riding around in Virginia Beach, I understand that you've been young, but I keep having these conversations. And it's like as you get older and you start to hear stuff, you'll be like, oh, me and my papa talked about that. Oh, yeah, I do know about this or that. And so, I'm going to keep talking and telling you when you're young. And I'm not telling you to scare you or anything like that. I'm just telling you to make you aware. And because as a young black man, we all fear for you going out into the world. All right, Tyler. Well, I'm supposed to be coming up there in a couple weeks, so maybe we'll get together and watch it then.
All right. Yeah, I look forward to it.
I need to hear all about it if y'all do.
Yeah, if we do, maybe we'll clue you in, and after each episode, we'll give you a little breakdown, and you can see what you can do with it.
I love that.
Okay.
All right, guys. I love y'all.
Love you. Kyler, I have some more videos to send you. Thank you for listening in on my family call in this episode of The Secret Adventures of Black People. I've been your host, Nichole Hill. And like I said in the beginning, I would love to hear your family stories about roots and whatever else those conversations lead to. You can share them with me and keep up with everything show related by visiting thesecretadventuresofblackpeople.com. And another thing, can you all show some love to my fellow Black podcaster and adventurer, Aselika Smith, and her podcast, The Color Girl Beautiful, of which I am a producer. The trailer for season 2 just came out today, and we are so excited about it. On the show, Aselika reflects on the lessons that Black women have been taught for centuries about how to behave and what to strive for. Lessons that they learned through things like the very first etiquette book written for Black women back in 1916 called The Color Girl Beautiful. Aselika's having these really vulnerable, really relatable conversations with women about the lessons that they've learned and the ways that those lessons have helped them and hurt them and played a role just overall in how they shape their identities. It's so sweet. It's so personal. We're so proud. And I hope you'll check it out when you get a chance. That's The Color Girl Beautiful, wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to tell you. I mean, that and wear a mask and happy holidays, happy everything, whatever you celebrate. And keep an eye on your feed for more stories about Black folks holding it down across space and time.